Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a live recording of a 50-minute full body flow. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So I won't use any props myself today, but I don't think you'll need anything. But what you like close by is always perfect. Let's find a comfy seat to begin. You could close your eyes now, or you could wait, but we're just going to bring our fingertips towards the ground in front of us. You could do one hand, you could do both. Maybe spread your fingers out wide. Sometimes it's a little easier to do this if you sit on your knees. But if you want to spread the fingers, touch the fingertips down. Send the thumbs out to the sides too, just to stretch the hands as much as we can. And then you'll just hold it here. You could add a little bit of a pulse if you'd like. You might close your eyes now if they're still open. Just feel the length through your fingers, through your palm. Maybe even a little love through the forearm. Maybe you can let your shoulders fall away from your ears a little bit as well. Just take another breath here, and then you can release and lift your hands back up. You might give them a little bit of a shake. You need to change how you're seated right now. You can do that. You might place your hands on your knees if that's available, with your palms down, and just let your fingers relax completely. See if you can bring some more length into your spine though. Your shoulders soften again, as well as your forehead. And no need to change the breath just yet, but start to notice it. Scanning your body and checking in with how you're feeling today. Letting go of the weekend. Letting go of your day so far. We'll stay here just a little bit longer, but maybe we can deepen our breath now. Take a slow, deep breath in and maybe lengthen your spine again. Deep breath out. Do that again. A nice, slow, deep breath in and out. One more time. Fill up with as much air as you can. And let it all go. Nice, you guys. Stay seated just a little bit longer, but let's take a twist. So stay for an inhale facing forwards, and then as you exhale, you can let your chest, your upper body start to turn towards the right side. You can move your hands maybe to the ground in front and behind you. Push your fingertips away. Push the ground away. And then letting an inhale, bring your chest forwards again. And you can exhale to the other side. Push the ground away, push the fingertips down. Lengthen your spine, but keep your shoulders soft. And then using an inhale to come forwards again. And your hands might end up on your knees again. Palms facing down maybe. Give your fingers a bit of a wiggle. You can start to open your eyes if they're still closed, and then we can make our way into tabletop, onto our hands and onto our knees. Give your hips a little sway once you get there. Spread your fingers out nice and wide as well. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. And then you can tuck your toes if they're not already tucked, and take another slow, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lift your knees into your downward facing dog. Take a moment. If you'd like to pedal the feet a couple times or move in any way in your downward dog, or maybe you want to be still today, but just take another slow, deep breath in and out, pushing the ground away from you. Scan your body again. How are you feeling today? Where are you feeling some extra love, maybe? And then can we take another slow, deep breath in and out? Using an inhale, start to look forwards. And as you exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Taking an inhale to lift halfway up once you get there, and an exhale to fold forward. Use an inhale to come all the way up to standing, reaching up, and exhale as you lower your arms down to your sides. You can roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, stand tall. And exhale, let your arms fall to your side. Shoulder roll if you want one. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, take your half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, lower your arms, maybe a shoulder roll, spread your fingers a little wider, and inhale as you reach up again. Exhale, fold forwards. Take an inhale for a half lift, and exhale to fold. Let's plant our hands, take both of the feet back and into downward facing dog, pushing the ground away. Maybe you'll pedal your feet. Maybe you'll be still. Breathe. Slow down. Stay here for a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lower our knees all the way down to our mat. Now you can keep your toes tucked under, or maybe tuck them under once you get down, but you might scoot your knees together and your feet together. You might start to send your hips back towards your heels for a little toe squat. Feel free to keep the weight in your hands. Maybe you will walk your hands towards your knees and sit back on your heels. We're not going to stay here long at all. Let your shoulders just fall from your ears, though. Feel the length through your toes, maybe like you were feeling the length through your fingers earlier. And if you did lift your hands off of the ground, you can start to make your way back. You can untuck your toes, maybe give them a little tap on the ground. You can bring your knees hip width apart again to set up your tabletop. The toes need more of a shake it out, but eventually tuck your toes back under so that you can lift up and into downward facing dog. But once you get there, take an inhale to look forwards, and exhale, walk all the way up to the top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale for a half lift. And as you exhale, fold, and we'll pause in our forward fold. You can widen your feet if you'd like. Your arms could dangle. You could hold your elbows. Maybe you'll sway. Just take a moment, feel the length of the leg. Maybe bend the knees a little more. Allow your shoulders to fall towards your ears as your arms get heavier. Just feel your breath, your back. You're gonna open up the low back here by letting the upper body, the head, get heavier. If you're holding your elbows, you might let your hands fall back down towards the ground. You can bend your knees more. Let's take an inhale for a half lift. How long can you make your spine in this half lift? Let the exhale fold you forwards again. And inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up. As you exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Maybe you'll take a shoulder roll and then inhale to reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to lift the chest halfway up. Now exhale, let's plant our hands. Our left foot is gonna come back. Drop your heel down. Let's find warrior two. So you can start to lift your upper body, start to reach your arms out, scooch the feet out so you're balanced. Bend your front knee. Reach your arms out. Maybe you're looking to the left. Maybe you're looking forwards. Just take your palms, let them face down. Spread your fingers out wide. You press your toes into the ground. You press into both of your feet equally. Now we're going to be bringing our right forearm, our front arm, down towards our leg. We can rest that forearm on our quad maybe. Maybe you can take your palm to face up and continue to spread your fingers nice and wide. So leaning forwards with the upper body. And then that left arm might start to reach up. Maybe it will reach over top of you for your extended side angle. Notice your fingers. Can you continue to spread them wide? And continue to push into your toes a little bit. Push into your feet. And then with a nice big inhale, we're going to come back up with the upper body to our warrior two. Keep your front knee bent just for a second and then straighten it. Nice, you guys. So straighten both of the legs. And then we're going to reach forwards again. Now our fingertips can lower towards our front leg. And then same thing. Maybe that left arm will lift, our Trikonasana. Maybe you want to go a little further, bringing your arm towards your ear. Spread your fingers wide, wherever they happen to be. But kind of the same thing, but with a straight front leg this time. Maybe a little weird Trikonasana. And then use an inhale to bring the upper body up. Find your warrior two, just for another breath. Bend your front knee, reach your arms out. Take another big inhale. And then with the exhale, we're going to bring our hands all the way down to the ground as slowly as you can. Maybe you end up in a lunge. If so, take an inhale to look forwards and exhale. Bring your back foot to the top of your mat. With an inhale, take a nice half lift and exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching your arms up. And exhale, lower your arms down. Maybe a shoulder roll. Big inhale to reach up again, though. Exhale as you fold. Inhaling for a half lift. Exhale, fold forwards, plant your hands, and take just the right foot back. Drop the heel, the foot down, and then start to lift. And once you're standing, you can adjust the feet, the arms, a bend through that front knee. Open your chest towards the right side. Spread your fingers, palms facing down. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Maybe you'll squeeze your toes against the ground. Breathe. Awesome, you guys. We're going to be taking that front arm. Keep your front knee bent. Lean towards that leg. Bring your forearm to your quad if possible. Maybe the palm faces up and the fingers continue to spread wide. Maybe the right arm starts to reach up above you. Maybe go a little bit further. Take your time. Squeeze your legs, your toes against the ground. Spread the fingers wide. Find some softness in the work. That is our extended side angle. Nice work, you guys. So see if you can leave your front knee bent and use a big inhale to lift the upper body. And then once you're in your warrior two, you can straighten the front leg. Just kind of tip forwards again. Let your fingertips fall towards your leg and then start to reach up again with that right arm. Maybe it gets close to your ear. Maybe it doesn't. Spread those fingers wide. Push into your feet again. And breathe. Nice work, you guys. Use a big inhale. Lift your upper body. Come back for our warrior two. Bend that front knee. Spread the fingers wide again. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, see if you can bring your hands down towards the ground. Slowly, slowly. Back into your lunge maybe. And then from there, you can use an inhale to look forwards. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top of your mat. And then inhale into a half lift. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up, stand tall. Exhale, let your arms fall to your sides. Maybe another shoulder roll. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale to fold forwards. Let's use an inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, take both feet back. Back all the way to downward facing dog this time. Push the ground away. Send your hips higher as your chest gets heavier. Stay for an inhale. And let the exhale bring your knees down to the ground. Tabletop, maybe a little sway of the hips side to side. But we're going to be reaching our right arm forwards, our half puppy dog. Spread the fingers wide maybe. Take the bend out of the elbow as much as you can with that right arm. Let your left hand stay beside you so you can slowly lower down. Feel the length through the right arm, the shoulder. Maybe your head can get down. Maybe your left arm or hand needs to be a pillow. Stay for just another breath. And then we can use an inhale and a push into our left hand or arm to lift again. To come back into tabletop and maybe sway a little bit side to sides. Our left arm is just going to reach forwards. Spread those fingers wide maybe. And slowly lower your chest, your head. Maybe taking the bend out of the elbow as much as feels good. Stay for just another breath. And then using an inhale to lift again. And you can bring your hands back under your shoulders, back to your tabletop. Maybe take a sway of the hips side to side. And we're going to be bringing our right foot forwards. We're going to set up a lunge with our knee on the ground for a moment, or for the whole time, I should say. So if you want to roll your mat over, you can. Our foot, for a moment, may stay in the middle of the mat, or we can take it over towards the right side, towards our lizard lunge. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, sinking into the hips. If for a moment you wanted to lift your back knee just to take the weight out of it and then gently rest it down, you could do that as well. Just sinking into the hips here, whether your foot's in the middle of the mat or on the right side of your mat. Now, if you did bring your foot into lizard, you can start to heel toe it back to the middle of your mat. We're all going to send our hips back, though, to lengthen through the front leg. A little half split. Maybe your toes are pointing down. Maybe your toes are pointing up. Give it just another breath here. We're going to use an inhale to come back into our lunge. And then we might be heel toeing our foot over to the left side. Heel toe, heel toe. Try to lay down your shin. Pigeon. And we're not going to stay here very long. You might lift your chest a little higher. You might take a forward fold for a moment. And then with an inhale, you're folding. Just start to lift again. Now to come out of this, we might just tip over towards the right side and kind of slide our legs back together. So we're just sitting down with our knees or our legs in front of us, maybe giving your knees a hug or a squeeze. Now, if you're not sitting down already, find your way to seated. We'll come back into our tabletop in a moment. I want you to send your right leg out long and your left foot to your inner thigh. Point your right toes up, lengthen through the spine, and then maybe we'll fold forwards again. And we can stay a little bit longer this time. So feeling our hamstring, our calf again. But maybe a little bit more comfortable than the half splits. Just enjoy a few moments here. You might stay for a breath or two if you're folding forwards. But when you're ready, let an inhale lift you back up. We can bring our knees back together. Again, maybe for a hug or a squeeze. We'll be coming back over into tabletop. So onto our hands and knees, however you would like to get there. Maybe giving your hips a little bit of a sway. Shake it out a little bit. Our left foot is going to be coming forwards, though, for our lunge. Maybe rolling the mat over for some cushion for your knee. Now you can keep your foot in the middle of your mat. You could start to heel toe off into your lizard towards the edge of your mat. Hands under the shoulders, sinking into the hip. Maybe lifting your back knee for a moment just to take the weight out and then gently rest it down. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. Now, if you have your foot in lizard, your legs in lizard, you can start to heel toe everything back to center. Then we can send our hips back for a little half split. Maybe toes pointing down, maybe toes pointing up. To notice your hamstring. And you can use an inhale to bend back and into that front knee, into your lunge. We can start to heel toe again off towards that right side, maybe laying down the shin, setting up for pigeon for just a moment. You need to get into it in a different way, feel free to do so. You might lift your chest a little higher though, and you might also tip forward. And if you did decide to tip forward, just use an inhale to bring you right back up. And maybe to come out of this, we'll just tip over towards the left and bring our legs forwards. Maybe a hug of the knees, a little sway side to side. And then our left leg is going to go out long. Right foot to the inner thigh. And an inhale, lengthen your spine and point your toes out. As you exhale, you might be folding forwards. Maybe let your eyes close. Feel the love through that left leg. And maybe some other places throughout your body. Maybe staying for an extra breath or two if you're folding forward. Letting an inhale bring you back up though. We can bring our legs back together. Maybe giving the knees another hug or squeeze. And then we're just going to try and sit cross-legged, whichever way. We'll do both sides. So sitting cross-legged, maybe hands to the knees, a nice long spine. Let your eyes close. You can stay seated here. If you want to see if the chest wants to tip forwards, you can tip forward. See how far your body wants you to go. And then if you wanted to have a little extra fun, you can sit tall again and we could lean back a little bit. And maybe we can hold the knees a touch. Maybe we can get just a little lighter through the feet, but keeping the legs crossed. Just trying to balance on the sit bones, lean back, a little squeeze of the belly. Now you can hold your knees, your legs anywhere. You could also try to reach for the feet just to keep the legs crossed. Now maybe you're staying here. Maybe if you are holding your feet, you want to bring them back down and continue to hold them and lengthen your spine again. And then maybe tipping forward, still holding your feet. And then just finding your way right back up to a long spine and letting your hands let go of your feet, your knees, whatever they happen to be holding. You're going to cross your legs the other way. And maybe you stay here the entire time, sitting tall, sitting still. Your shoulders fall from your ears. You can try the first tip forwards if you want to. Wherever your hands want to be, they can be. See if the chest wants to go towards the leg. And then maybe lifting right back up. Maybe leaning back a little bit. Trying to float the feet. They might feel nice and heavy, especially on the side that you don't usually cross your legs on. They want to lift, they lift. Lean back, find your balance, little squeeze of the belly. Maybe you're holding the knees. Maybe you're going to reach for the feet. Sometimes helps. Just keep the legs in place. Just optional. And maybe you'll gently try to bring the legs back down, whether you're holding the feet or not, doesn't matter. Lengthen the spine again. And maybe go for a little tip forward. See how this side feels. And then just finding your way right back up to a long spine. And your hands, again, can let go of your feet. They can let go of your knees, whatever they're holding. And then we can uncross our legs as well. Give them a hug or a squeeze, and maybe a nice rock side to side. Now we're going to lay down on our backs. You want to be hugging your knees towards your chest once you get down. You could do that. The feet are going to be floating though once you're laying down. Maybe you take some ankle circles. Just a few circles in one direction and then a few in the other direction. Now our feet, well, let's keep our left knee and bring our right foot down, or vice versa. Hug your left knee towards your chest. Now you can keep your right leg bent, or you can straighten it. Hugging your left knee towards your chest, though. There's a few options to move the left leg if you would like, and keep it centered if you want, though. You can let it tip out to the left side. You can try to reach for your left foot. Now, I call this half happy baby usually, but it's also a reclined lizard. So maybe you're holding your foot, the knee off to the left side. And then maybe if you've got your left foot floating right now in your reclined lizard, I'll call it today, maybe you can let your foot kind of fall back towards your chest. Think reclined pigeon. It doesn't have to be your chest. It can be your belly. It could even be closer to your hips. But maybe your left hand can hold your knee and your right hand can hold your foot. Just giving it a little bit of a hug. Now, if you've got your right leg out long, I'm going to get you to bend it because maybe you can end up in figure 4. If your left foot's pretty close to your quad, maybe you can just rest it on there. Let your hands go where they want to go. Maybe they're going to be holding your legs again. If you want to hug your legs closer to your chest and lift your right foot up into the air, your figure 4. Stay for another breath or two. And start to unwind your legs. Your feet might find the ground, or you can hug both knees back to the chest. Your feet are floating. Maybe some ankle circles if those are feeling good today. Feeling needed, maybe. And we'll be keeping our right knee, and the left leg can go long. It can stay bent. You might be hugging your knee towards your chest most of the time, or the whole time. Maybe the knee tips out to the right side. Maybe you reach for your foot, your reclined lizard. Maybe you start to let that foot fall back towards your upper body. The belly, the hips, maybe the chest. Maybe you can hold your right foot in your left hand so that your other hand, your right hand, can hold your knee. Hold the leg in place. Your recline pigeon. Might feel kind of like when we were sitting cross-legged. Half. A half. Now, if you brought your left leg out long, you can bend it again. And maybe your foot is right there to rest on top of the quads. Maybe, maybe not. Finding your figure four though. Your left foot can stay on the ground, or maybe it's gonna lift. Hold your legs. Feel the stretch through that right leg and glute. Another breath or two on this side. And then you can start to release your legs, uncross them. Feet to the ground, or maybe both of your knees back towards your chest. But you can add a sway side to side. Now let's keep our feet on the ground or bring them to the ground if they're lifted. You can either reach your arms out wide, or maybe you'll bring your hands behind your head to be a little pillow. We're going to let our knees tip over towards the left side though for our twist. So maybe not using your arms to help move your legs if you did tuck the hands behind your head. Let the hips turn as your feet scooch out to the side as well, out to the left side as well. Stay for a full breath, a little bit deeper breath. And you can use an inhale to lift your legs, maybe using your hands to help, maybe not. Just lay flat on your back for a moment. And then when you're ready for your knees and legs to fall over towards the right side, and with or without the help of your hands, maybe scooching the feet over towards the right side a little bit more too. Just adjusting your shoulders, your arms if needed. Enjoy a few breaths here. Stay for another breath. Letting an inhale help you lift your legs up again. Maybe your feet to the ground, maybe your knees to your chest. You can add some more rocking or swaying side to side. You might end up in a happy baby from here. You might end up in a diamond shape, maybe with your feet on the ground or your feet in the air, whatever you prefer today. Just feeling the hips maybe one last time. And if you do still have your legs lifted, start to bring them back down. And we can all send our legs out long, maybe out nice and wide. You can rest your arms somewhere comfy too. Setting up for your Shavasana. Feeling the ground beneath you. Relaxing throughout your body. Noticing your breath. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Maybe reaching your arms above your head for a nice big stretch. Bend your knee. And eventually roll over. And then you can find your way up to a comfy seat when you're ready. Bringing your hands together. Awesome practice, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of the day. And until next time, namaste.